Kristine Leahy with another edition of Best Thing I Heard This Week. Nick Wright let us know what he thinks about James Harden.
I think the numbers are so undeniable. So 29, 6, and 7 this year, only LeBron, Oscar, and Jordan have ever done that. And people crush him for these very tweetable, vinable defensive lapses. Here's what matters. The last 2 years, no one's played more minutes. It's not even close. The last 2 years, he's missed one game. It's because he was suspended. This year, he led the league in minutes by over 250 minutes, an enormous margin. When you have that type of load offensively, when you are playing 400 more minutes than LeBron did this season, guess what? You gotta rest at some point. He's not resting on the bench, so he's resting on the court. He's not a perfect player, but if we are making a list of players who you'd rather have than James Harden, you can't come up with 10. I don't think you can, not given his age and what he does offensively. So I just think the level of scrutiny on him is disproportionate to how much he carries that team. If Harden was not on the Rockets this year, they are the Los Angeles Lakers.
Jason Whitlock talked about Luke Walton's new gig with the Lakers.
No, I think he made a terrible choice. I think that Luke Walton should have been looking for the kind of opportunity that Tyronn Lue is getting. Again, there's only one LeBron. The kind of opportunity that Billy Donovan got coming to the NBA. There's only a handful of Kevin Durant or whatever. But Luke Walton should have been looking for an opportunity to pair with a great player. The Indiana Pacers, my Indiana Pacers, Larry Bird has basically said, I don't know what I'm going to do with Frank Vogel. We need to score more points. To me, he was clearly sending a message out. Luke Walton, some offensive-minded young coach, to pair with Paul George. Or, and again, I know this has already been decided with Scott Brooks because they're making a play for Kevin Durant in Washington, but Luke Walton should have been looking to go to Washington. So why is he going to start with a reclamation project with kids that are immature and have all these problems? They got an inexperienced coach in there with some kids that are inexperienced and immature. I think he gets fired after 3 years, and his value is never higher than it was just this offseason. He's bought the wrong lottery ticket.
Reggie Wayne gave us some insight into playing with Peyton Manning.
One thing I will say, and this is no discredit from Andrew Luck, but there is nobody that I've been a part of, probably in my life, all right, that prepares for something harder than Peyton Manning. The guy is absolutely football 24/7. I was excited when he said he was retiring. So now I think he's finally living. All right, he was football 24/7. He finally has a life. Exactly. You know, I don't think he had much of a social life, and somebody like Peyton, it's going to be hard for him to go out and not have people hounding him, you know, for autographs or pictures and stuff like that.
Was it ever hard on you though? Because you want to go out and nothing wrong having an Amstel Light, my man.
Yeah, nothing wrong at all. Adult beverages are good. Yeah, you should be able to go out and have a nice cold beverage, you know. But I don't think he enjoyed that. You know, it was always football. Maybe he did.
And Daniel Cormier gave us his take on the Conor McGregor situation.
I guess I kind of see both sides. I see the UFC saying, this is our big show. This is the biggest show we've ever had. We need you to do your thing. But I also can see Conor saying, look, I lost to this guy before. And if I lose to him again, where's the value? It's not the same. So I get it from both sides. I think because of what he's done before, if anyone was going to get leeway and some leniency, you would think it was Conor because of the numbers that he's done. But when you say don't mess with my preparation, there's an argument on the opposite side too, because Nate Diaz fought on 10 days notice. I mean, it's like there's arguments on both sides.
What if you were Dana White? I'm going to put you in Dana White's shoes. What would you do with Conor McGregor?
Honestly, man, I think I would have to take this stance. Because at the end of the day, no one can become too big for the company. Otherwise, you get into boxing, where now the fighters are promoting the fights, which that may not be a bad thing, you know, if you have a guy that can actually sell like Conor McGregor.
This has been Best Thing I Heard This Week. Tune in weekdays at noon Eastern on FS1.